Right, I'm a banker, so we're running 15 minutes late. It's not what I'm used to. So guys, the technical problems is sorted out. As soon as the song starts to play, they're ready to walk in. And please close them. You know, everybody's got champagne. Anybody missing? Okay, so when the song starts, they walk in. We'll close them as they hit the front here and welcome them the newlyweds. Excellent. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. To the new married couple, okay, so I got message the itinerary, which is way useful. So I'll do my best to get through that. So we're going to start off, first of all, I'd like to introduce myself. I know it's not about me today, but at least I want to say something. So I'm the uncle. And it's a big privilege for me to be involved in even though I'm not a big speaker, I'm actually I get very nervous in front of a lot of people, as you can see. So thank you very much for doing that to me, but I'm very honored to follow this. Thank you very much. So we're going to start off with the speeches. I think Tom is going to start, right? And then we'll take it from there. Right.
Party! Everybody wants this. Come on. Come on.
We have like unsettling minutes before we start. Welcome everybody to this great occasion. I must say this venue has got your names written all over. A perfect description of you. And Chad's magic, as usual, the finishing touches, it's unbelievable. Melissa, the flowers, wow, amazing. Okay, before I start speaking, I'm going to read a little short message from the UK. Greetings from Bob, Dee, Bella, Dad, Jordan, and Luke. We are sorry that we could not make it in person, but we'll hopefully be able to meet soon. Congratulations, and wishing you all the best for the future, with all our love. Okay. Father of the bride. rolls off the tongue easily, and yet it's such a momentous occasion, especially when you only have one girl. But the best things are worth waiting for. And boy, did we have to wait for this occasion. Thanks, Mike. Micheal Andrew Schmitz.
Oh!
Congratulations on winning a great prize. You are a very special person. Incredibly strong and principled. Unrivaled in tenacity. Wisdom may be unbelievable. An ability to relate to vastly different people. So I guess what I'm trying to say, you are also a good prize. Look after my woman. Sue and Ronnie, my glass, I salute you, you raise the solid man. Where do I start with cats? You're basically everything wrapped into one beautiful book, but you're also beautiful inside. And you look stunning. You are and always will be the apple of my eye. Being the eldest is difficult. Believe me, I get it. You are the icebreaker, and your siblings get the benefit. It's not fair. But you have to do it. But I believe that's also part of the reason why you are the one you are today. And it reminds me of a funny story. I have to be funny every now and again. So when Ingy was pregnant with Josh, Patsy couldn't wait to find out what the sex was. Because there were already 2 boys, and she knew that the gates were closed after 4. So this was when you found out, you were like in tears. And then you got revenge on the boys. You stuffed them into your dolly bread and you paid for it. Kathy is exceptionally adaptable and knows how to deal with change. Before she was 1 year old, she had lived on 4 continents. And by the time she was 2, she was on 5 continents. And that wanderlust is deeply ingrained in you, and I think it's also ingrained in Mike, if I read it correctly. So, don't be scared to explore. You have one life, look. Kathy is also fiercely independent. When we used to go to my family for rides in the UK, barbecues in the UK, before we left home, Kathy had her bag ready for the sleeper. She used to just love sleeping over. Maybe it was because of the boys, I don't know. But not many kids at such a young age can sleep out alone. Then we returned to South Africa for the start of Kathy's primary school career, and you were blessed with very special friends. These friendships endure to this day, speaking to your caring and loyal nature. In fact, many of our dearest friends come from those relationships that are here. Kathy is a go-getter. When she has her eyes set on something, it's tickets. Like when you wanted a horse. Now, I know, and some of us know, it's like owning a boat. There are only 2 good days of owning a horse. The day you get it, and the day you get rid of it. Then you can figure out that Micheal didn't like me much. Especially every time I come near it. So, times were tough at that time. We couldn't afford the horse. So Kathy presented a business plan. And she paid for that thing all herself through horse riding lessons, and babysitting. Come to think of it, Carl and Melissa, you probably could have had shares in that horse. Alas, Katsy's passion for horses endured, and she qualified as a national riding instructor from Meisinger. An incident in her last year demonstrates Katsy's determination to succeed. It's good. Right. The week before her final practical exam, she badly tore her ligaments in her ankle, and despite no mobility and major pain, she passed that practical, which included jumping that darn thing. That's tenacious. Katsy is very driven, just not with cars. There are many here today that can attest to that. But let's not harp on trivialities. She has since become an accomplished driver and I no longer experience panic attacks. There used to be a time when Katsy, couldn't do it. Anyway, Katsy, you are feisty and you are spirited. You have a naughty streak in you, and you're anxious. You're kind and gentle. Yeah. You're lovable, and you're so many things, but above all, you're my princess. Cheers.
Thanks, Thomas. I'm not much of a crier, but I think I might also. Right, next up is the best man,
Yeah, this right there now.
Come on, Robbie.
So I'm Robert, nice to meet you all. I was the runner up this man. I'm privileged enough to be standing in front of you all saying a speech, so this is great. So I'll be saying a speech, and then Bruce has also come and boss has sent a little voice note for Mike, so I'll be playing it afterwards somewhere, still 1 or 2 minutes extra, if that is okay. But yeah, let me start. So I've known Mike for quite a long time. I don't think we were destined to be the best of mates, him being a year above me, but when we met, we just clicked tremendously. And I think that's just down to his down-to-earth personality. He's just beautiful spirit. You know, I don't know of a single person who would say a bad word about him. Everybody I meet just, Michael, love him. He's fantastic. You know, he's got a great big smile and completely. But there was, if I'm honest, maybe 1 or 2 shaky months. Uncle Ronnie can agree. It could have been down to my drinking tendencies, rubbing off on him, and I apologize for that. But yeah, I was touch and go for a second, but his voice is smart. But in any case, but then you met Kat, and I've never seen a person so driven in my life. You met her, worked hours and hours and hours. He worked very, very hard, studied at the same time. I could barely get an afternoon with him. And yeah, it just shows that, you know, he just wanted to make it work, create this beautiful life that they've currently created for themselves. And it's just testament to how much he loves it, and he wanted to make it work. And we met Kat, down to earth, fantastic person as well. I know there's the opposites attract, but I think they might just be the exception. And, it's just great, and I'm so happy for you. Privileged to be here. I know it makes makes me very, very nervous, but it is what it is. And I'll step up on Bruce's behalf. He owes me a couple of drinks, but I'll take that up with him. But yeah, I'm very chuffed for you guys. I wish you decades and decades and decades of happiness. And yeah, hopefully I'm there for the ride as well. And love you both tremendously. Woo!
To my dear friends and your friends, Micheal and Katharina Schmitz. First of all, I'm starting by saying that it was incredibly unfortunate and heartbreaking that Tamika and I cannot be here today to celebrate your guys' wedding, as this is something we've all looked forward to for such a long time. But having said that, Tamika and I are both so ecstatic that two of our best friends are getting married today. To Micheal, you made me your best man, and for that I cannot thank you enough. It's such an honor to have been made best man by someone like you. You truly have been one of my best friends for more than 10 years now. And honestly, in these last few years that you've been with Kathy, the amount of growth I've seen you go through, and the amount of determination to become the man that the woman of your dreams desires, has been unmeasurable. You truly are an example to what a man should be for his woman, and the sacrifices that a man should be willing to make. I'm so proud of you, bro, and everything that you have done to be here today, because you've done it. There she is, your beautiful, beautiful wife, Kathy. And to Kathy, my girl, you are one hell of a special girl, and the most competitive card game player that I've ever met in my entire life. I just want to say that to both of you, you two are so dear to me and to Mika, and we love you guys so much, and we could not be happier that you two are sitting here today, finally together as husband and wife. I'll keep this short and sweet by saying that we cannot wait to see you guys when we get back home and to celebrate you guys. But for now, I hope you guys have the most amazing day, and please know that I'm sitting, watching the live stream, listening to my voice right now. I love you guys, and thank you everyone for being here today to celebrate this amazing occasion. Goodbye.
Hello everyone, my name is Matthew and I'm not the guy that gets to follow that up. So I've known Mike for a long time. The first time I met him, he was a youth group leader for me. So he's always been someone I've looked up to, right? Always, from the start. He was always the coolest guy. He always wanted to be in Mike's team. Mike wanted to be your leader. He was just, his team won everything. It was the best, man. It was a good time. So we then progressed to all the youth groups together, and then he was not my youth leader, he was, we were together, right up here. So, but there's always been this thing, I don't know if it was with you, but it was with me, I'm very competitive. And you won everything, all the time, won all the prizes, everything. And I just wanted to beat you. And I could never ever get it right until 1 week ago. I got married first. From a serious note, just the fact that you are the person you are and something I've always looked up to, I can't think of anyone better that I'd love to give my older sister to. So, it's you, Mike.
My older sister.
I love you. I love you both. Thanks for that, man. Nice. Mike, listen, I know you're feeling on top of the world right now. just to bring it down size a little bit, I'm going to say something about the most important person at this wedding. Yeah. I thought about size, yes. Katharina Schmitz. Yeah! I'm thrilled. What it works. Thanks. Just read it. Just read. Read.
Breathe, yeah.
Joshy had such a big part to play.
Come on, Joshy. You got it, boy.
Alright. I've had my time crying at my wedding, it's over now. What an awesome couple. Seriously, the coolest couple I've ever met in my life. Woo! Yes. I'm going to change this bit a bit, but Matt, you've done a great job posting the mics, and Josh is going to follow up with Kathy. Yeah, I don't know. I was supposed to round this off, but I've got to kind of... Sorry, you got the best elder sibling anyone could have ever asked for. I know you had a lot on your plate with 3 younger siblings, but you really put the most effort in with me, and I always appreciate that. You remember what shot me in the prime plates? Mike. Well, why should we shoot for that now? But that's a story for another time. I don't have to bother you with that. Mike, you got yourself a great one. And I know Kat's going to be in very safe hands with you. No.
Try.
Kat's just know. You always have to be what? I love you and congratulations.
Rossi! Rossi!
We're ready. Can we just highlight how awesome this day has been? I mean, it's been filled with laughs, games, giggles, and silly moments. And that's really exactly how I see that's how I see your relationship. And that is an amazing, amazing thing to have in a marriage. I know that it will stay a constant theme through your rough ride through the ocean of marriage. But to steal my dad's words, don't sweat the small stuff. Even the wet towels on the floor. Keep up the fun, games, and laughter. I love you both, and I pray all the love in the world into your marriage. Thank you.
Robin.
I think I'm going to start switching up the board. Lisa, right, so turn off the lights, mate, Robin. Sure, we're going to have this to the lights, mate, that we have with the Meisingers. Thank you very much, Robin.
Firstly, hello everyone. Hey. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Robin. I am Patsy's maid of honor today. Firstly, Patsy, you look beautiful. I saw you before, but today I looked at you and I was just like, wow, Mike, you don't look bad anymore. Don't ever touch your head, please. I've known Cats for a good couple of years now. We met in high school and my life really changed forever. I was trying to think of a word that best describes me and Cats, and the only word that came up was destructive. We are Tweedledee and Tweedledum. We have traveled overseas together. We went through varsity together. And now we are adulting together. And I get to carry all those memories with me. And I can't wait for the many more that are yet to come. I know everyone's expecting me to be funny tonight. A lot of it came up to me and said, I can't wait for your funny speech, and then I had to think of something funny. There's a story that I want to tell. In grade 7 or 6 months, I can't even remember, but we went to a youth group called Real Deal. And we went there every Friday night, and that's where I met Max. We were a group of friends. You know, I had a look at Mike and I was like, you're very cute and nice. And he was busy playing basketball. And I told one of my friends to go ask him to be my boyfriend. And he went up, and I was so excited. We were sitting there waiting, and the girl came back and said, Michael said no. And many years later, my best friend married Michael, but also Michael, it's not too late. Mike, you are absolute sunshine. You are the perfect match for my Katharina. I've never met two people more destined for each other than the two of you. You are best friends, you are lovers. And I really look up to you guys, like you have no idea. Patsy, you are the strongest person I know. We've been through so many phases of our lives together, and we pushed through and we loved each other so much through every phase. Cried together, laughed together, did very dumb stuff together. But I would like to just end with saying, and actually I read somewhere, that love is a friendship, and that has caught fire. Patsy and Mike, may your fire stay strong and bright and full with love and laughter for the rest of your lives together. I love you both so much. See you guys.
Stay with me. I'm gonna play a little something from our beautiful blonde friend on the other side of the world. Okay. So just bear with me.
Send it to me. Send it to me.
For those who don't know me, I'm Common. As everyone has mentioned, you both look absolutely stunning. Cats, you've been prayed over and for, and Mikey, you are who we pray with love. and cherish our cats and bring them joy every day. Cats will fill your life with so much joy, as boring is not a word we can ever use to describe it. When the sign says no trespassing, our eyes light up with joy. It's a new adventure. That is your warning, Mike. That although fun, it might not be safe or even legal. Cats, from the moment we met you, you became our fourth roommate. You became part of every plan without us even consulting you. You brought so much joy and laughter and, of course, plants into our lives. Your light shines so bright that you're always introducing us to strangers you've met along the way. Some of them you've personally never even met before, because people are just instantly drawn to you. We know God doesn't promise us an easy, instant life, even in the bursts of delighted love. We do know that He promises us Himself and that He is always all we will ever need. Today is a testament that He hears our prayers. He delights in the bestowing blessings upon our heads and loves us with an unchanging, undying love. As John Piper said, marriage, the roots are deep, the covenant is solid, love is sweet, life is hard, and God is good. I love you both so much.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Sarah Jane, proud daughter of Sally and Andre Stenka. If you don't know them, stay tuned for both early and very late dance photos, along with Elise and Lady Janet, she hasn't fallen asleep by 9 p.m. I've been best friends with Katharina since grade 2, so 20 years to be exact. Having said that, you can then understand my longing to be there, by her side, but here I am, calling all the way from Dubai with a large glass of wine in hand. My darling best friend, in fact my oldest and nearest, first friend I ever had, today is your day. Today you get to close one chapter and start anew. Today you get to join hands with the love of your life and begin your own story, your own fairy tale. I'm so incredibly proud of who you are today and how I've been privileged enough to watch you grow into the successful, ambitious, strong, gorgeous woman you are. I would have given every last cent to be there with you today, to be with the original crowd that grew up together and have watched each other develop into who we are today. Sasha, Jenna, and of course you. We have shared so many incredible memories together as two families that act as one, as a friendship, and more importantly, you and I as a total sisterhood. Katharina, I cannot wait to introduce you to our children one day as the extended family I've always felt you to be. I cannot wait to witness further chapters in your life, and I cannot wait to remain as privileged and honoured as I am to be your best friend. Here's to you, and here's to you and Mikey as a powerful couple. May God bless you and your future together. I love you lots.
All the way on the other side of the world. I'm just going to keep mine very short and sweet. I love you. I'm so proud of you. You and Mike are like the most amazing couple you guys. You guys built the whole foundation of your relationship, or your friendship, but honestly love that the most about you guys. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy that you guys are together. You are like fine wine or two peas in a pod. You are made for each other. And I'm so happy for you and just wish you the longest and happiest marriage I've known personally before. And I love you.
I'll try to keep it
Kat, my sister, my beautiful, joyful, and full of heart sister. Today is your and Mike's day. As we sit here in your absolute dream setting, which in every way possible screams you, I pray that this day you feel as special and as loved as you truly are. I have a little theory that people love the animals that they can relate to with. And your dad kind of touched on this. But I'm sure as everyone knows, our beautiful cats has a big, big love for horses. Horses are soft, gentle, incredibly courageous and powerful creatures. They walk with purpose and always charge forward. They are the best silent supporters and friend and sister you never knew you may need it. They're also incredibly terrifying, which explains a lot. Cats are wild, powerful, even when you don't know it, and silently possess your heart in the hope that you carry this passion for life, people, and love throughout your marriage. You're a force to be reckoned with, and I don't know a single person more suited than Mike's to be able to walk this life with you. May you and Mike's walk this journey hand in hand, leading and following where only you guys know best. I pray an abundance of happiness and love into you and Mike's. Keep running wild like the only the two of you can. I love you.
Okay, ladies, well done. Great speeches from the boys as well. We're going to hear from the father of the bride, Ronnie. Sue? Sue, yeah, you've got some expectations of a great speech, yeah? No pressure. Yes, great.
How do I top that? Well, everyone cried, I can't. I was going to start off with a joke. There was this woman who took her husband to the doctor because he was so drastically ill, and as men do, they curl up in a ball and die when they're sick. That's what they do. And she dragged him out to the doctor, shoved him in the doctor's rooms and waited in the waiting room. And after the doctor had examined this dear man, he called her in for a private consultation, and he said to her, "My dear, I just need to tell you that this man is in a bad state. But follow these rules and you'll have a long, happy life together. Make sure you love him every single day and tell him every single day. Make sure that when he wakes up in the morning, he's got ironed clothes waiting for him, and there's a full breakfast waiting for him so that he can start his day and really tackle the job ahead of him. When he comes home at night, my dear, please just make sure that you make him his favorite drink, you sit him down in front of the TV and you allow him to watch what he really needs to watch. If you do this, he will have a long and happy life." She said, "Thank you very much," and walked out the room. Her husband, who was dying in the chair, as we know men die when they're sick, said to her, "Well, what did the doctor say?" She looked at him and she said to him, "You're going to die soon." Please, Kathy, look after my boy. I love him too much for that. Aristotle said, I sound like I know stuff, eh? Aristotle said, "Give me a child until he's 7, and I will show you the man." So Ronnie and I sat down, and we thought of the boy who was 7. And the boy who was 7 loved his dogs. Oh, he loved his dogs. Whoever saw Mikey, he was out in the garden with his border collies. He was throwing balls for them. He was loving them. He absolutely adores his dogs. He loves animals. He had a lovebird that didn't like him. In fact, the lovebird used to aim for him, annihilate him when it could. But his dogs, he was very, 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 very gorgeous. He loved his dogs. He loves animals. For those of you who know Mikey, for those of you who had the pleasure of meeting Izzy, our new German Shepherd we have that's 10 months old, when Mikey and Kat walked to the front door, hell breaks loose in our home. Izzy goes berserk, Legend, the old man, goes berserk, not Ronnie, and it is absolutely gorgeous to see. That has been with Mikey all his life. When we've lost an animal, Mikey has been devastated. We know that. I never lose that, my boy. I know that he has dreams of having a dog, and I know that that will be awesome. He's compassionate, he's caring, and this was all at 7 years old. He was untidy. He left a gazillion wet towels lying in heaps. And then he'd go to the bathroom and forget his wet towel on his bathroom floor and use his sister's wet towel, which was then World War III, because her towel was then wet and she couldn't use it. Has he done it to you? Oh, long walk ahead, my boy. He hasn't changed. Show me a boy at 7 and I will show you the man. He loved his hockey, loved his basketball, absolutely loved life at 7. Him and Nick, where's Nick? Him and Nick would go to the farm, there he is at the back, and they would go hunting and we wouldn't see them for days. They would just disappear into the bush. I don't want to know what they got up to, but they did. And they went into the bush and they just loved life together. And when I see you, my boy, I can still call you my boy, you have turned into that man. I realized that the other day, Patsy, where Mikey had made that beautiful thing that Ronnie and I managed to break, and she knew nothing about it. And she turned around and said, "What is this?" And I said, "Mikey had this made for you." And she looked at me and she said, "That is so thoughtful and kind." And that's who Mikey is. He's just so thoughtful and kind. He always has been. His sister might say something different, but she's not here. She's in the picture. She's sitting in London at the moment. But through the many scars, and there have been many, Cats, I don't think that's going to stop. Mikey has had stitches, he's had glue, he's had staples, he's had many other things, boots, he's had, and most of the stuff has happened to his head. So we've explains a lot. We often said to him, "Mikey, please pray you never go bald, because they'll think you're part of a gang." Because that was just Michael. Michael, he's had skegs hit his head, and it just blood. He even managed in the United States to jump into a bush across the road, hit his little head on a sprinkler head, and there was just blood. And we took him down to the doctor down the road, and this guy looked at his head and patched it very gently, no. And then he just looked at me and he said, "You know what, if I put injection in this wound, it is actually going to be more sore than if I just staple his head." And the next minute he just stapled my head. But he does have strength. He does have durability and the ability to hang in with things. But you know what's been so precious, just standing here listening to all of you today, and the tears and the crying and the everything, is that the two of them are just so well suited. And we realized Mikey was a goner when he came home and he said to us, "Mom and Dad, I'm signing up to do a TEFL course online." We looked at him and said, "Who are you and what have you done with our son?" Because Bianca does the BA, not Michael. And Mikey said, "No, I'm going to teach English." And the next minute he came back and said, "Katz and I are going to Austria to teach English." Michael hated English, but he was going on an adventure with a woman he loved. And what an adventure it was. They lived on macaroni and spinach for 6 months because they had no money. Yes. But they went on the adventure. And it was just awesome to see. They went through tough times, they went through hard times. I think they came back not talking to each other. The body language at the airport was enough to say, "I don't know what's happened there, but something's happened." And yet the two of them worked at it, they fixed it, they sorted it out, and they decided to make a life for each other. There's an African proverb that says, Mark, I'm stealing yours, it takes a village to raise a child. And I think we've discovered that here today. Mikey, when I look at that table over there, that is your village. They are precious friends. I think the wonderful thing, and all you young people listen to this. Your parents will love me for this. The heritage of long friendships that I see in this room is the most beautiful thing to bring to an occasion like this. And there's a heritage of long friendships. In your friendships growing up, and in the families that you've been involved with, and in this idea. This, Patsy, is your village. And these people in this room have actually molded you, and they have made you the people that you are. And coupled with that is Jesus Christ and God. That's all I can say. Because you've heard that this afternoon from Mark in the sermon. You were raised in Christian, God-fearing homes, and you've been raised on God's word. And my challenge to you today is never forget that heritage. Don't forget this village, but don't forget that heritage. And include it in your home. Don't forget what was said today at your wedding. We love you, and I'm not crying. I'm excited for you, like we all are. And I want to say we are so eternally proud of you, of the young adults you have become. In every part of
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a bit of a break after those awesome speeches. I must say, I've been to a couple of weddings, but the speeches were really amazing. And guys, I can see that all of these people really love it. I've also got a few words of wisdom, but I'll keep it for later. Okay, so we're going to have dinner now. And Ronnie, will you just going to say grace for us, thanks?
It's always a wonderful opportunity to share a meal together at an occasion like this, hearing all the great speeches. So would you stand with me as we just pray? Lord, as we've stood today, just words of ours that were made today, honouring each other and honouring you. Lord, I just thank you for this special day and this special occasion. Thank you for all these wonderful people here today and for the folk who have had such an amazing impact on Mike and Kat's lives. Lord, thank you that we have the privilege of sharing this meal together. Thank you that you are the one who provides for all our needs. And we pray, Lord, that you would be with us this evening, that we would have good fun and good times as we celebrate this wonderful occasion. Amen. Amen.
Just a practical, just so that we don't overrun the kitchen tables, 1 to 4. Could you please start off, and then I'll pull the tables as we go.
you guys sorted it out, cheers, cool, I'm here for a bride. I said, okay, so anyway, here goes. Interpretation of that speech. Myself and Nate spoke a couple of days ago, and I think we may have interpreted what you guys are trying to get out of this little discussion. So I think, if you know Mr. and Mrs. Meisinger, Senior, not over here, you know their love. I'm getting that just now. I'm getting that just now. You'll know they love the bush, camping and everything to do with nature, and by implication, their 4 children have inherited that love. I mean, if your parents' honeymoon was camping in bots, then you know as a kid you had better suck it up and become a camper. Now you understand the rationale for the next section of my speech. So I was watching National Geographic, as you do, when you have teenage daughters, or not teenage, one's doing 21, one's doing 19 and a wife, and watching National Geographic while they're doing their own thing. And it was on a show on highly social animal units, and it explained that in nature, and as in the animal kingdom, as in most human family structures, there is a hierarchy. Okay? So if you think about hyenas, elephants, African mole rats, lemurs, killer whales, clownfish, and by the way, Mr. and Mrs. Nemo in Nemo is not true, because all of them are males and only one becomes a female. Okay, so anyway, that aside, ants, bees are all generally led by a woman or a matriarch. In gorillas, there's a silverback, and in lions, as you know, the big lion male. Now, as you know, the Meisingers love their animals, and Tom knows every single animal except birds in Durbanville, which I've learned. So I sent him a sound, and he said that's the common dove. I sent it to Andre Rabi, Mrs. Dad, who is a proper birder, and he gave me whatever that bird's name was the wrong name, but it wasn't the dove. Yeah, a bifurcated bob, what? Well, there you go, see, I thought it wasn't a dove. Okay. Now, to understand the Meisinger clan, the best way to explain the family unit that Tom and Inge have created is like a wolf pack. Now, don't laugh at me, let me explain. P.S. If you've been there for special occasions when there are amazing schnitzels with mushroom sauce on the menu, and Inge says, come and get it, you understand what I mean. It reminded me of Boys Hostel when the matron didn't even come out of the kitchen. She just threw the bowls out of the kitchen, onto the table, ran for her life. And if you ever wanted to see a silverback thump his chest, or a lot of angry young boys, especially this lot, either go for the last schnitzel, or steal Tom's schnitzel and you put it in the fridge for lunch at work the next day. There's a lot of anger in that house. Although it's a very fun occasion, I can tell you. But I digress. The wolf pack is a social unit that unites to protect each member. Be proud, I looked at all this whole thing for animals. And it's a highly social and close unit that creates a safe structure of social belonging and affection. Furthermore, they all gather and live in a den. Now, in this instance, if you know the Meisinger household, or the old one, we're yet to get used to the new one, but in the old one, that was the kitchen open area lounge section. We're guaranteed, and I used to go there once in a while, but if you knocked on the door, there's always someone in that lounge. It was like a den. Be it the kids, their friends, who many of you I've met over the years just by being there. And for me, that was very, very special, because there was always family and friends there. Personally, I call that area my own personal shebeen. It was 5 houses up for me. I kept my own case of wine there, and I used to go for a drink on a regular occasion. And I said to my wife, it's better than I joined a golf club or a rugby club. You know where to find me, and you got the bodyguard Ingy watching over me as well. My second wife or mother. Now, a pack of wolves usually comprises a dominant pair. Can you believe it? It's not one dominant member. An alpha male and an alpha female. Together they breed, maintain order, I'm not too sure about that, make all the decisions, up until I think they were 5, and after that they made their own decisions, I think. Who mates with who? So although you guys think you chose your partners, this lot who in the background directs you in the right direction.
Who eats first? I'm not too sure. That's a mengelmoes because it's just a bun fight. Who eats last? Well, that's a fight as well. And ensure every member of the pack knows its place. Although I've seen some fights, I'm not too sure about that either. Now, next in line, which can be a couple, but usually is an individual in the wolf pack, is referred to as the beta. That wolf is then followed by individuals, generally ranked by age, in the middle and lower ranks. So in terms of hierarchy, the alpha pair commands the whole pack, while the beta manages the mid and lower level wolf pack members. I mean, when I saw this on National Geographic, I thought this was it. So clearly the alpha pair is Tom and Indy, over there. We have done more than just to command the pack. They have created a very special family unit, which I think if you go to their house or involved in their functions, and I was speaking to Lisa earlier, or Andre or Mac, they will agree with that in terms of the family unit and cohesion that they created. Now Melissa's always said to me, Carl, create an atmosphere at your house that your children want to bring their friends to and have a bride. And that is the atmosphere and the environment that Tom and Indy have created in the house. And you know you have created the right one. So they are the true pillars of support, guidance, and love in their family. The parental values they have instilled have played a vital role in the upbringing of 4 amazing children they have today. And can also be seen in the amazing partners they have each chosen to marry. I think the perfect quote describes their family is the following: "There is nothing that makes you more insane than family, or more happy or more secure." And I think that describes the Meisinger household. When I was chatting to Indy a few weeks ago, she was a bit down and was saying all her flock are leaving the nest. It was just before Matt's wedding. There's one left, no pressure, Josh. Father's happy, he's ready. And I said, Indy, if there's one thing I know is that your kids with their wives and husbands will be most Sundays at your house, as they were in the old days, or popping around on the Wednesdays and Thursdays. That I'm sure of. And she said, I hope so. Well, I know so. I know all of you will. As these are the type of values, sense of family and love the two of you have instilled in all of your children. Now next is the beta wolf, who manages the middle and lower ranks of the pack. Sorry boys, if one of you are thinking the beta is you, just forget it. I remember having a few beers, as I tend to do maybe twice a year at their house, and and all the boys were there, and I think we were just having a chat as we would do, and I said, and I asked the boys, and I said, who are you most scared of? And they said, when they were younger, and I think still today, the person they were most scared of was Katsi. There we go. There's a lovely line by a poet, Khalil Gibran, describing parents. There's a book on poetry that Tom gave me to read. Very deep. I didn't think you had it in you. But it's actually an amazing quote said in terms of describing parents. You are the bows from which your family as living arrows are sent forth. And nothing is more true than that when describing Katsi. She has a chip off the old blocks, not blocks, with a very strong sense of family worth, big beautiful heart, and inner strength. You'll note I didn't say quiet inner strength. She has an inner strength. But she lets you know it, which is beautiful. Marky, by now you know the family you're marrying into. The Fockers, as we fondly know them. A family where family and friends are always welcome with open arms, and an alpha pair that will always be behind the two of you to help and guide with all their hearts, and a den that is always welcome to you. Katsin and now Marky, you are both very near and dear to the Rotenbachs. It's been an honor to watch you grow into the woman you are, and the great man you are as well. You truly are a great guy, and you won a great prize. But do know, you always been number 2 to Katsin. You're married today, and look forward to many a get-together with the two of you into the future. Tyler and Megan were telling me that they see the Meisingers as their second family. And Katsi, who for many years was the older sister, their babysitter, the supporter of their horse, which by the way, Micheal hated me as well, also tried to bite me. and babysitting days. But as Tyler and Megan were saying a couple of days ago, it's developed into more than just a bigger sister. Bigger into an older sister, but also a very close friend. And the excitement I know when we say Katsy's coming around or they're seeing Katsy is just remarkable to see. Katsy and Mikey, your life together is sure to be a fantastic new chapter for both of you. We wish you a lifetime of happiness, love, health, success and laughter throughout all the years to come. To Mr. and Mrs. Schmitz. Cheers.
We had this discussion with your sister earlier. Eight that's in that airport.
Thanks for having me glad that I couldn't stand next to you through that whole speech because it was more than 5 minutes definitely for sure. And just another round of applause to David Attenborough over here speaking about the whole animal kingdom. Mine is going to be very short and sweet. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Thomas's son, not by blood, but by boldness. So the lovely couple asked me to say a speech today of how pivotal Thomas and Ingalize has been from a friend's perspective. And can I just say that how much of an incredible woman Cassie has become, this is a testament to the foundation that you guys have set. No, I'm not going to cry. You've provided not just a house where we all can just visit, but you've provided a home where we can seek refuge, a place where your never-ending support and advice has been a pillar to our lives. Your kind-heartedness has imprinted on all of our lives, especially Kathy and Mike's, which I'm sure many of you will agree is one of their greatest strengths. One of the great things about Ingalize and Thomas is that they were always living their best life in the outdoors. And what that meant was we could throw the best dinner parties, hashtag Project X, and on the odd occasion we would imprint our face on the glass sliding door. So that's only because we want our memories to last there forever. And that's obviously until we clean it through them up. To end off, I'd just like to congratulate Mike and Katz on a very, very special day. Got so much love for you guys, honestly, and it's just great to see that you've succeeded and that you're here and everything's worked out and it's as beautiful as you all imagined. Yeah, I love you guys.
All right, thank you very much to my sister. Great job. The speeches obviously echoes that. Great job. And Tom, sorry, yes. Okay, so next we've got Nicola, just having a toast to Ronnie Sue, sorry, yes. We are. Right, you guys ready? Excellent.
Hi everyone. For those of you I haven't met this evening, I'm Nick, a long childhood friend of Mike's. Mike asked me to speak this evening to his parents, so I thought I'd put something together. Want to see Nakaron. Before the celebrations continue and the opportunity passes, I'd just like to take a moment to thank you both for sharing a wonderful, talented and well-rounded son with us. Having been a part of both yours and Mike's lives for what's almost been 25 years of mine, I can safely say that I'm proud to know the Schmitzes. Your faith, consistency and love for Mike throughout his life has shaped him into a loving, thoughtful and admirable young man, and in turn has allowed him to reach his full potential and become the best husband for Kat. Mike and Kat, together with you and with our families, it has been such an honor to be part of your special day. and I look forward to being, and we all look forward to being a part of the new chapter in your lives. So, give to Mike and Kathy.
Sorry, I was. Okay, okay. So, cometh the hour, cometh the man. Let's give a big hand for the. Come on,
Okay, so first of all, yeah, I don't really make speeches, so just bear with me if I buckle here. So first of all, good evening to everyone who's here. Thanks to everyone who came today. Like, you guys are all invited for a reason, and we really appreciate everyone coming through. And then to start off with the speech, I think we just need to give Katya a hand for looking so And yeah, I had no idea what Katsy's dress looked like or her hair was going to look like or anything today. So definitely the best surprise that I've ever had. Then I just want to do some thank yous quickly at the start here. So first of all, everyone who just contributed in any way towards the wedding, it was appreciated so much. We couldn't have done all of this without people who helped. So thank you guys so much. And then Chad and Damien, like, amazing. And I know you didn't want me to say it. Okay, no wait. Just everyone knows it's Chad's birthday. Alright, next is Rob's and the bridesmaids. Like, the build up to Katsy's wedding, you guys made it so special for her. Every time you sent her a message or sent you something, she came running to show me how special she felt. So thank you guys so much for that. And then to my groomsmen, you guys are great. So much love for you. And Robbie for stepping in. What a man. And then just a shout out to two of my good mates who obviously now they're not watching on the live stream because it's not working. But just a shout out to Paula and Bruce who can't be here, which is bleak, but I love them both. And Sarah Jane obviously as well who can't be here. Then I know you guys have already heard about my parents now, but I just want to say a little something to you guys. I owe you so much for getting me to where I am today, for the highs and lows, the stitches, the cuts, the bruises, the hospital visits. I just want to thank you guys for keeping me alive. And more than that, just helping me grow into who I am today. Your guys' example that you set is a massive thing for me, and as a relationship and as a marriage, it means a lot, and it was great to see growing up how parents can stay together and love each other. It's a great example to set, so thank you guys for that. And yeah, I just want to say, like, I don't think words can express it, but I appreciate you guys a lot. Then, obviously, my sister who can't be here, Bianca and Shane, also, can't say shout out, but alright. Pleased that they aren't here, but they are stuck in the UK, as well as most of Katsy's family that can't be here as well. We wish you guys were all here. Then, Tom and Ingy, alright. Thank you guys first of all for making such a beautiful woman, and for raising such an amazing, intelligent, intense, funny, caring, loving, and stunning woman, who I'm very excited to spend the rest of my life with. Thanks for being as welcoming as you guys are as a family. I think most people can attest to this who freshly meet their family. They are very tight and they're quite intense. So being invited into that was such a nice thing to have happen. And yeah, like just to express how inviting they are. After 3 months of us dating, they invited me to the Kruger for 2 weeks, paid for everything, and had me there. And it was amazing. That was a test. And yeah, guys, it's just such an honor to be accepted by you guys the way I am, and I thank you for that. And then to the rest of the Meisinger gents, it's felt like we've been brothers for a while, but now it's official. And yeah, your guys' speeches tonight were proper. They were amazing. So thank you very much, and I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you. Now for the part where I might break down, so if I do, just keep with me. Okay. Alright. Okay, so now for the reason that I'm actually standing here, Kathy. Kathy Face, the love of my life, and the most beautiful bride. I was lost for words trying to write this speech to express how much I love you. So true to Michael form, I played some Red Hot Chili Peppers and thought to myself, and I know you know the song that this comes from, but I just want to read you a piece of lyrics from there that you know why they mean a lot. But one of their songs goes, I want you to treasure the rest of your days here, give you pleasure in so many ways, dear. Finally I found something perfect, finally I found the one. And Kathy, my girl, you are the one. You make me smile every day, you make me strive to be better than what I am. You challenge me, even though it's sometimes unnecessary. You support me. You support me, you love me, you encourage me, you help me discover my passion and allowed me to piggyback on your career choice. And that made 2 teachers out of us, good luck. And then, for those of you who don't know, just a little story about Kat and I. When we started, I guess you could say, seeing each other or seeing each other more often, I thought things were going quite well and Kathy was into me. So the one day I sent a message and it never went through. So Nathan was hanging around with us a lot back then. So I messaged Nathan and I'm like, "Bro, do you want to go get a drink tonight?" I sent Kathy a message, but like, it's not going through. So he replied to me with classic Nathan as well. "Sorry mate, she actually went to Amsterdam for New Year's." Without saying a single word to me about it. So I must have misread the situation. But the hard work was all worth it. And since then it's been an adventure full of highs and lows, adventures, long drives, breaking down on the side of the road, breaking down at the bottom of mountains, breaking down in a few places. And I just want to end off, Kathy, by saying that I just want to promise that I'm going to love you. Even when times get tough, I'm going to support you and honor you. Go to the shops for you when you don't want to go yourself. Put up with ridiculous amounts of pillows in the house. Try my best to pick up wet towels. It's been mentioned a few times tonight. It's quite funny. And I just promise to try and make each day a little bit better than the last day with you. And I love you.
What a man!
And then, lastly, I did a bit of internet trolling to try and find something sweet to say. So I stole a quote and just edited it a bit. But the quote goes, "A life lived in love will never be dull. So cheers to a bright future."
Beautiful. Fucking amazing.
Hello everyone. I just want to say, if it wasn't for my maid of honor, I would not have my speech right now because I left it down somewhere I wasn't thinking. Thank you. She missed a few speeches as well. Okay. I am not good at holding stuff together, as you may have gathered from my brothers. That's why I've cut half of my speech out and written it in a letter instead. But there are a few things that I would really like to say. So, firstly, Mom and Dad, what can I say? You have seen me grow up. You've helped mold me and push me and guide me into the person that I am today. I'm just rather going to read because I can't remember. Even though I didn't always make that easy at times. You guys are my rocks, honestly. I'm so grateful and honored to have been raised by the two of you. You are my two favorite people. I love you both deeply. My two second favorite people. New favorite person. Thank you for everything. I can never thank you enough. This day wouldn't have been possible without you. I love you. I just want to say to Ronnie and Sue, new mom and dad as well, who this day also would not have been possible without. I would just like to say thank you for welcoming me into your home and your family with the warmest and most loving arms. I've always felt welcome with you. I feel truly blessed to be a part of the Schmitz family. I'm excited. Thank you both for everything you have done, from lending us your garden arch to hosting this amazing kitchen tea at your house, to just being there, always. I love you both, and I look forward to many, many years of sesame chicken and Kermit cheese. I like to especially thank my gorgeous bridesmaids. You all look amazing, stunning, each in your own way. You girls have been amazing. Robin, you have just gone above and beyond to make me feel loved and special. So thank you. You've really headed up such a team here. Amazing girls. These are all my girls right here. Half of them are sisters now. The other half are sisters too. Melissa, guys, I didn't see any of this. And I know you guys can't see this, but she's made flowers on my side for me. Melissa, you know me so well. You've really just made this place amazing. The art is beautiful, everything is beautiful. I love you. Thank you. Liam and Inga, you guys have really moved mountains to be here today, all the way from England. It's, as you all know, in COVID time, it's an impossible thing to get here from England, and they're sitting right there. Matt and Mickey, the reason they're sitting right there is because they allowed me to jump on their wedding date last week. They literally got married last week. Mr. and Mrs. Meisinger. That's why we got married a week apart for the families to be here. So thank you so much. I love you. I never thought I would be standing here today with your ring on my finger, sharing your name, and I'm so glad that I am. You're my best friend. You've been my best friend for a while, and you're my favorite person. Thank you for your never-ending love, your friendship and support, and the joy that you've brought into my life. And by that I mean actual joy, like real joy. You guys know Mike, he's so happy. He really just, he'll change Can you change my sir?
Hey, Mikey, my
You
boy.
are so full of life and so full of love, and I promise to never, ever, ever dull that down. I promise to build that up every day of my life. Your love for life is something that really does inspire me every day. So thank you for that. Your parents raised a real gentleman. You're always kind. You're always extremely patient, and you are a fantastic listener. I'll often rant after a long day, and Mike will just sit there. And he's not zoned out. By no means is Michael zoned out, no. He's listening to everything I'm saying. And that means a lot to me. With you by my side, I have so much hope for the future, and I look forward to making our dreams a reality and sharing this incredible journey with you. Everyone for being here, my brothers, you're all beautiful, and the groomsmen, you guys look amazing.
That church is here. I don't cry. You almost cried. You almost cried. You almost cried.
No, so it's not the most traditional thing in the world, but I'm going to ask my wife to have a first dance with me now.